Hello, everybody. Welcome to Level Up Academy podcast. I know I sound sexy, right? With my voice, that's just crazy. I'm trying not to cough as much as I can in your ears today. But today's topic really is about etiquette on live streaming and writing in anthologies, right? Now, with etiquette on live streaming, we're gonna go and I've been doing this probably for podcasting about 2 years and about 1 year really. And within that 1 year, someone actually asked me yesterday. She was asking me, "Hey, Dr. Leland," I had some chat. Um, what do you do? So I told her what I do, and she's like, "Wow, that's a lot. Like, did that take you a decade or 5 years to do?" And I honestly, guys, I haven't really self reflected on it until that question came up. And it's less than 6 months on some of these, and within a year in some of these. Like, literally, I didn't start live streaming on YouTube since April of last year. I didn't start my radio since March of this year. I didn't start my TV since November of last year, right? So, all of these things are just coming up. The publicity, right, didn't start until April. Then the magazine didn't start until February. I mean, everything was poured in this year. And I wanted to provide my community ideas, right? Ideas on how are we, okay, going to make sure that when you are doing your live stream, that you are having a proper etiquette so that it is smooth and it is amazing for both you and the host. And if you are the host, I also have some ideas for you as well, right? So it's both ways. But first, let's go ahead and roll over our intro. That was so cool. I need a new intro, but let me show you, okay, what collaboration looks like when you get pitch slap in your DM, but you are kind and compassionate. I do have those moments, guys. Okay, just to let you know. I am kind and I'm compassionate, right? But when I tell you it's no, it's definitely a no. And I actually don't do silence on you unless you really did something bad, or I feel like you did something bad towards my juju. Um, Basically, okay, this gentleman, very young, in his 20s, wanting to actually sell his services to me. And instead of me saying, "Oh my God, blah, blah, blah," I actually gave him a chance. And this is the show of collaboration, the power of collaboration. Are you a curious student, eager to learn new skills and make your mark in the world? Or are you a professional seeking to advance your career and unlock your full potential? You need to be equipped with effective soft skills like communication, problem solving, teamwork, and more. The Level Up Academy by Doc Leland bridges the gap between education and employment through transferable skills training. Get the soft skills you need to be more effective at work. Yes, that was a collaboration, right? That was so cool. So I'm saying that and I'm telling you that because we have a lot of collaborations going on, right? We have the 50 inspirational connections that already ended in terms of the application and who got chosen. Then, of course, we have our, that is actually still going on, by the way. And then we're going to feature all of the videos that you sent in YouTube. And I'm hoping I'll get 100% submission. Last year, I did get 100%. But this year, it seems like the gremlin of interwebs, hides my email. What the heck? I get so many DMs, guys, like, where's my email? I'm like, please look me up in spam. I don't know why, but look me up in spam. So if you guys, okay, there's a post there that you're in certain groups. Whoever the group, okay, whoever the group that gets their video in, I think group 9 is fast. They have 3 people already in there, right? It's a competition amongst 10 groups, guys. I'm telling you. Group 1, Group 2, Group 3, you guys got 0. You got to get it going on. And I know Mike Asherbrenner is out there. You're in one of those groups that you haven't submitted video. I'm just calling you out because you're my brother and I love you. I'm just saying. Okay. um, yeah, and I'm going to show you. Susanna Dawn actually was one of the 50 inspirational connections last year. And this year, she's an ambassador. What does that mean? Collaboration. Okay, so this one right here, I'm showing you because this is press release, and I really haven't advertised. I'm sick. I'm not in my moan juju. I literally can do like 2 to 3 things, and I've been sleeping at like 9 or 10 p.m. lately. It's because my body's just telling me an F you, giving me a middle finger to say go to sleep. And I feel like crap every day when I wake up. So I took a shower today feeling like, okay, this is going to be good. And I can't shake it. I don't know what is going on with my body. But I don't have any more fever, but I'm coughing. I'm like sneezing a lot. I'm stuffy. My throat doesn't hurt though. But this dry cough business, gotta go. It is not sexy. I'm just saying. Nope, not even close. And it's my birthday tomorrow. Like, what? What is going on? Anyhow, with this industry and this press wire, I actually added this on my website, guys. Um, Sister, you probably didn't know this. I'm going to tell you later. Ask me how many links actually I got in as of today from just one press release. My jaw dropped. I'm like, what? I didn't even know until last night when I put together all of these things for adding my website. I'm like, what do you mean? I thought it was only like 300, 700 links. Oh no, it is more than that. And I'll show you later. Make sure you ask me on this one, sister. Okay. And then, of course, guys, we have a Rebel with a Cause. And that is our spanking new anthology. It hasn't started yet. August 1st is our starting of writing. But we do have a maximum of people that we can put in here. Susanna and I are not robots, okay? We are literally human beings. What does that mean, CJ? It means we can't put too many people in these anthologies. That means the faster you're in, the faster you know for sure that you're in. And you're probably thinking, hey, there's so many anthologies out there. Why would I pick your anthologies? Yeah, right? That's a good question. It's different in most anthologies. In number one, the way we handle your anthology. We've been in so many anthologies that we created our own because we got sick and tired of the processes that we went through in those anthologies. Let's just be kind to our words today. The processes, the pressure, the non-supportive, the I can't even see the other co-authors. I mean, you name it, the list goes on. But we're not talking about other people's, right? We're just talking about our anthology and what makes us different. The value that you get in our anthology is we give you courses or classes that put you at ease. Secondly, is we support you, right? Not just me and Susanna, but the group. We encourage the group to actually work together. And outside of our Zoom, we have 2 Zooms that we provide for you live on Saturdays. And if you go to this website right here, you can actually find that here. Let me log out because it's different. Um, I don't know why it won't let me out, but lag out, CJ. Our support team between marketing, we have an in-house marketing team that I hire. And within this in-house marketing, we actually get to give you, okay, support where You can be on TV, you can be in Audible, you can be in podcasts, you can be on radio, you can be on just YouTube live stream or Facebook or LinkedIn or Instagram, you name it, and TikTok and apparently X. I just started with X. Don't even ask me about that because I have no clue at this point. Like I'm literally crawling at that point, right? So this is where our book. So if you go to type level up with doc, WITH doc with doc.com and go to right here, services and courses. If you go to services and courses, there's a drop down and you hit book club and you get to this. Join our LinkedIn business page because I post all the events, the what's going on, especially with 50 inspirational connections and everything. Okay. So the anthology is going to be here and it's Rebel with a Cause. And I actually have all of these memes actually provided for you. But be part of a movement. You already know, right, that you're a rebel. If you are not happy with what's going on and you're trying to start a business as an entrepreneur or innovate ideas within your work because you know that you can do better from operations to sales to management to leadership, you are a rebel and you don't even know it. So be part of our movement, amplify your voice and broaden your reach, right? We get millions of impressions in our YouTube alone. Join our community of change makers, right? There's a lot of movers and shakers on LinkedIn, a lot. But we pick and choose the people who literally are soul hearted, not heart centered. We're over that. We're leveling up to soul hearted. What is the difference between heart centered and level hearted? For me, and I'll ask Miss Sister Susanna soon, is that soul hearted people are people who really exudes their passion. You could see it in their soul that they're so passionate about helping you that it doesn't matter what others people, the naysayers, the whatever gossipers that they say, it doesn't matter. That's not going to stop them from keep helping the community. When I see those people, when I see them show up consistently, those are in my community, soul hearted people, right? And make a tangible impact. Sometimes your impact is like, I don't know if I'm making a difference. I have questioned myself too, actually, a lot, right? But by contributing to anthologies like Rebel with a Cause, you're not just sharing your story, right? You're contributing to a cause. A portion of these proceeds actually will usually be donated in organizations that aligns with our mission. Beyond Boundaries, I pick and choose the trees. And I'll be having some news on that one, by the way, because of our in person. I think we're planting more trees than just one. And so I cannot wait to tell my team that. But it also enhance your credibility and influence, right? Why would you hang out with people that have questionable credibility? You don't, okay? Share your unique perspective. Be professional, but also have that professional support and guidance. And at the end, guys, I want impact and legacy. That is what we want with our anthology. I have some dates in here for you that you can go in. If you go in on right now, I actually am giving you ideas. I crafted a letter for you specifically, whoever you are, ideas on what to start writing right now, right? Because that's the thing, the first thing that people get panicky like, what am I supposed to write? I don't know what I'm supposed to write, but I really want to be in your anthology, but I don't know what to write. So that's where my sister Susanna comes in. But I'll send you a letter on my own to kind of giving you idea on a kickstart, right? Ignite that passion and kickstart your ideas on when. But the dates are here as well. Here's the good news. If you're like, CJ, I don't have a budget of 500 bucks, right? 500 bucks actually is super affordable. And I know it's like it's a lot of money for a lot of people, but when you do your own book, it's $30,000. Okay, a solo book that you really want to be out there and marketed properly, not just amongst your friends, properly, right? The editing, the ghostwriting, and all that. If you need a ghostwriter, it's going to cost you arm and a leg, right? This one is in house. Marketing is already in house. Plus, we do your editing as well, right? So it's craziness. Now, another thing that I want you to do is if you can't afford it, just bring in 4 friends. If you have 4 friends that really want to join your movement, if they pay for those 4 of your friends, you yourself can get in for free. You can tell your friends, hey, do you want to sponsor me? Can you guys come in, 4 of you? And then bring them in. The more, the merrier. We're going to have a Zoom party for writing. But I'm going to bring in my sister, Susanna, while I talk about etiquette because we're going to go back and forth. So are you guys ready for her? She's ready for me, I'm sure of it. I don't where in the world, okay, is my drum roll?
How's it
Hello,
going?
sister. How are
Hello.
you?
I'm doing well. I don't think you had the drum roll that very first time that we met. I think you were still trying to find it. And that was what, like, oh, that was
A year ago.
International Women's Day last year.
Yeah, like over a year. I had three drum rolls, but my finger, I'm gonna say my finger, actually is the one who deleted it, not me. My fingers
Of
did.
course.
And so now I'm like, where are my drum rolls? Like it's right there. Oh my gosh. I feel like crap. Um, so we're gonna talk about etiquette on live streaming. Okay. And I'm going to actually start and then you can add your information on I mean you've been live streaming now too for a while and I made sure that you guys have that etiquette, right? First thing is last year I used to send an etiquette letter before you come into my show,
Right.
right? Before you come into my show, I used to send you guys letter and contracts and things like that. So I stopped doing that. I feel like I need to do that again. The reason being is that I have a different way of doing my show. I love lively shows. I love conversations, right?
Hmm.
I used to actually send questions ahead of time too, but I found out that when I send questions ahead of time, my people get nervous because they write their answers and then, oh my God, I forgot what I put on that answer. Like they started having that conniption. And so it's about you. You don't need a cheat sheet about you. You just need to speak from your heart. And so I stopped doing that because I didn't want my people to get nervous. That's the reason why I did stop doing that, right? So, what are your take on sending questions ahead versus no questions?
Okay. There is a basic difference between us, and I need to move a little bit more towards your style. You're structured. You know what you're going to talk about. I Anybody who watches your show, they know what the first question is going to be, always. And they're likely to know what the last question is going to be. Me, I go into it, let them introduce themselves, and quite often I don't know where the conversation is going to go until it's over. So we could go because it's that ADHD thing. It's something pops up and you start chasing some squirrels that just seem like the right ones to chase. So it's hard to play with this one because on the one hand there's such an advantage to having structure and saying that this is what I want to happen, and at the same time having that freedom to let the squirrels pop up, because sometimes you get a squirrel that takes you to the magic acorn and it pops something up in that conversation that nobody could have expected, and yet it's you by the time you're done you're like, holy cow.
Yeah. Cheerio. Oh my God, she's having bad attitude today. I swear.
Right.
So that is the reason why I love my structure. Quite honestly, okay. I like structure, but I also need to be flexible. So I was like, CJ, you need to slow down the control of the conversation and like really figure it out. So I'm very like, I get scientific method in my method of madness. Okay. That's for sure. But what I've found out from surveys and all my students, I have almost 14,000 students now on my own. And so I said, okay, guys, like I did a survey on adults and young children, even. So, how do you like being in a conversation and all that? And they're like, well, I like the first, you know, question to be more structured. And the reason for that is because when people come into my show, I don't know why, but they always tell me I get nervous for the first 5 minutes. Only on your show, CJ. I'm like, what the heck? Why? I'm so nice. Like, what? And so they're like, I get nervous. Don't ask me why. But after 5 minutes, I'm good. Then I figured out in my brain, I said, okay, if you get nervous on the first 5 minutes, it's perfect if I ask you the question about yourself, right? And this is usually my first question. Think back 20 years ago and find within your timeline some of the significant changes in your life that got you here where you are today. Because 20 years is a lot, but it's not. And it's funny when I ask somebody who's in their 30s. They're like, well, I was 10. I was like, well, what did you do 10? Did you get a new bike? What? Like, because I had a couple that are very young in this show, but it made them think, right? It made them think like, what is the significant that made a change in my life? And instead of them getting nervous, now they're thinking about what happened in the last 20 years. So it takes your brain out of that, oh, what am I gonna say? Now it's like, oh, what happened in 20 years? You see? So the nerve actually slows down a little bit. Your dopamine is not so high anymore. You're not super excited. You're actually concentrating. It's the same thing as your behavior when you're raising children or dogs in this matter. You're like, sit. I'm still training my bird not to bite my finger. It's not working, guys. If you guys let me know, tell me. I almost got my finger cut off the other day. And then she gives me a middle finger. I was like, wow, got it. I got it. You're not going to get fed in a minute for sure. But for me, I love having that structure at the very beginning and at the end. And the reason I do the end, it's because it gives them a closure in their head that I need to wrap it up, right? Because sometimes when you're in that conversation and the person and your guest, you don't want to be rude and cut them off, right? So that's the reason why I have that end. I said, you notice it. This is my last question. It's giving your brain a hint, dude, wrap it up without me saying wrap it up. And so that is why I structure the very beginning and the end. And then in the middle, I want to get them a little bit no. So I want to just go with the flow and the conversation and go with whatever it is that we're talking about. But at the end of the day, it's always about the guests and their information, because what we're trying to do is to offer information about this person, this particular person, to our network, right? So they get to know them and highlight who they are, what they do, and what they're doing for the community. That's literally our goal, right? We're just
Right.
doing it differently. But that's the method to my madness. Well, let's talk about cutting off people. What are your take on that one? Let's talk about that.
All right. We're talking about the guests who just have to keep going or interjecting themselves, right?
All of the above.
All of the above. It really detracts when you've got somebody who, it's almost like they take over or they try to take over the conversation. Then we go into that mode of how do we kindly shut it down? Because the conversation is everybody. And when somebody tries to just get in and keep adding one more thing and one more thing, and you're trying to make sure that everybody gets equal time, that's not equal time when they just keep interjecting and interjecting. It's like they can't even wait until their next turn, and then they can just add an addendum to whatever they said and then answer the next question. That would make a whole lot more sense than saying, can I say something? And then they charge on. They don't even wait. I've seen so many times where they don't wait, or I've been in I've seen a number of events, both video and audio, where it's almost like somebody's decided that there's nobody else in the room. When they want to talk, they just talk. And it becomes annoying because those kind of rooms fall into chaos. It's what I really love. I absolutely adore the way that you did the 50 inspirational audio room this year, because You bring one person up at a time. Everybody's told you get a couple of minutes. They have their conversation. And when they're done, you put them back down in the audience because they've had their 2 minutes, and there's other people who want to talk, and you want to make sure everybody gets that chance. I'm the type, between the ADHD, between think I'm losing some of my introvertedness, but just the introvert side. Yeah, let's use this. It's that when somebody starts to take over, I'm almost willing to just drop back off stage and get out of the conversation because nobody cares. That's the feeling when somebody takes over. That why should I try to contribute? Because the conversation is going to go in a different direction. I've got an answer for the moment, and it's just not fun anymore.
Okay. That's a little bit on the trauma side too, right? Because I think we bring our trauma with every single interactions that we have. So if we felt like we're invisible and we're always invisible and people put us on our place on the corner, when that kind of action triggers our trauma, it's not necessarily the person's fault. They don't know our trauma, but it's the action that you need to be aware of what you're doing to other people that we're talking about here, right? So here's my thing. If I tell you about my story on Susanna show, I go to Mike and I tell you my story on Mike's show. I go to Angelica and I tell Angelica's show, right? I go to Annie and I tell the Annie show. Who the heck wants to go to the fifth one? I already know CJ's story. She says the same thing over and over. Here's another thing with ADHD people. We get bored easily.
Oh, yeah.
Once we hear one or two things, we're like, we don't want to hear it anymore. It's nothing to do with you or trying to be offensive. It's like our brain needs to constantly be fed with information, right? Why do you think I have so many dang projects? It's because my brain has that need to do things all the time. I can't stop it. I don't know what to tell you. I guess I need medication, but I hate meds. And I don't want to dumb down that side of me either, right? It's just that when you are in someone's show, especially if you are a guest, you have no right to interrupt everybody when they're in the middle of their sentence. It is a conversation. There is a difference. Like Susanna and I will interrupt with each other because we have ADHD and we kind of get to that flow. But we don't, I hate it when people says, well, I hate to interrupt you and sorry for interrupting you. But anyway, so A, B, C, and D. And I'm like, you did know you interrupted, but you kept going anyway. You should actually wait for your turn. Stop, right? The next person that will interrupt me, I swear to you, if it's live or not, I will tell you, please stop interrupting. I don't want to be rude, but literally it's getting on my nerves for some reason lately. I don't know why. And another thing, if you're in a show and you're the host and whether it's audio room or live stream or podcast, because your guest is supposed to be the king or queen of the day, stop taking over the conversation too much. You can add the information. You can add your thoughts. But remember, the show is not about you. It's never about you. It's about your guest. Please stop talking about you. Too much of your information is just not it. Now, if you want to have a show about you and about your what you can do for the community and what you're doing for the community, perfect. That is your show. But as soon as you invite people, in your live stream or your podcast or your audio room, switch your brain, guys. It's not about you. It's about the people. And I love audio rooms. It's because it's a constant learning and it's a constant amazing conversation. And it's nice that you add information. We have a lot to say. All of us do. But remember, guys, that room is not just for you. Once you open up the people on the floor, please let the people talk. I'm just saying. Right? Lewis, thank you. I know. I'm 21 tomorrow. 21. Let's just say I have a 20-year-old, okay? And I have a 17. Oh, I forgot to tell you, Bella got the job.
Awesome.
I know she got the
That's
job. My
exciting.
17-year-old got the job, guys. And I told her daddy, I was like, okay, so in order for her to get to maximum commission, we gotta go keep buying from her only. And my husband's like, great, we need more crop in our house. I said, but she gotta get commission, right? So I was like, okay, I'm gonna buy things from her. I'm thinking, okay, I hope she gets into the female section and not the male section, so I can buy from Bella. But she's starting apparently this weekend on onboarding. So, sorry guys, that was side note conversation. Now, sis, how about an etiquette on showing up or committing to a live stream? What are your thoughts on that?
Once you've made that agreement to show up, you're expected to be there. I get the emergencies, and it's much better if we could at least find out about the emergency before the show instead of after. But life is what life is, and an emergency is you take it when you get it kind of deal. But for those who just blow it off, it's is that you don't want them back because you don't know if they're going to come back. We try to have something lined up so that it's like, okay, they didn't show up, so this is what I'm going to punch with. But and you're trying not to call them out, because at the same time, as the host, you want to be as graceful, especially when you're not sure what is happening until
Mhm.
afterwards. But I mean, that's part of the scheduling. You're trying to figure out who's going to be on when, so you've got an idea as to what the conversation is going to be, and it's all part of the planning. And when you've got that no show, it's so hard to just keep going, and it could turn your show into like a 5 minute I just don't know what to do. If it can hit us emotionally just as the
As a
host.
host. Yeah. Yeah. So here's my thing, guys. When you're in my book club and authors club, actually, when you're in our anthology, I actually give you access to my TV show. Okay, let me differentiate between the two. Wednesday is for free. Anybody that I pick, it's not just anybody and everybody. I have to be aligned with you and get the vibe. Okay, let's just say that all the 50 inspirational connections people, you can possibly be on my live stream on Wednesdays. I just want you to know that ahead. The people, my calendar is 2 months ahead my in terms of show, and in terms of my live coffee chat is open now in October. Yeah, October. So that doesn't mean you can't talk to me if I know you. Okay, here's the thing. I have so much going on and I want to be able to give you the right time and the right space, and I don't feel like I need to hurry up. So I space all of my activities in. If you are a live streamer and you happen to be females, I have some for males too. Okay, don't worry. But if you are a podcaster, a live streamer, or even have an audio room on LinkedIn, not a clubhouse, LinkedIn, I have a podcast circuit on the 23rd, only for women, because this is the thing that I want to avoid is that if some of our people that are not coming in, we can pick and choose and send a message to everybody. Hey guys, my whatever person didn't, my guest didn't show. Anybody want to jump in with me? I want to have that long of a list. So if you want to belong, this is for free, guys. This is a community I am starting. Live streamers, podcasters, and audio room, LinkedIn, women only on the 23rd. Let me know, because it's a specific Zoom. It's not live. It's going to be Zoom. And I'm going to have a proposal for you. Again, this is for free. There is no money in here. Okay. Because I just want to create that community. So hit me up. If you are in the Hounds of Business community, I'm trying to start a podcast circuit there. And that is male and female, specifically for the Hounds. We have something else going on in cooking in there. Now, when it comes to um, podcasting and live streaming, you need to also have a really good audio. Okay. This is actually a sure. I don't know if I can show. I can't show so much. Oh, it's gonna pop. But I have glitter in here. It makes me happy, okay? But this is a Shure. All of my, I use Rodecaster and I use Shure because they have a very clear voice, okay? If you want to really take it to the next level and said, CJ, I really want to learn, I have a class for you on that one, okay? Solopreneur class. And you can go on YouTube and things like that. Now, sister, we're more than halfway to the mark. I want to switch the conversation from etiquette on live streaming and into writing in anthologies. Okay.
Mhm.
So let's talk about writing in anthology. Right now, we have Rebel with a Cause, right? First of all, what is the difference between writing an anthology, a solo project, or writing for other anthologies?
Oh yeah, well, I guess I'm the right person to ask that question since I've done all of them. Um, 3 solo books, 1 traditionally published, and we're up to 6 anthologies right now, almost 7, and with those last 3, including Rebel with a Cause, being just the 2 of us doing everything together on it. Um, Writing in an anthology, you're gonna get out of it what you put into it. You're also gonna get out of it what the team and the rest of the authors are like. You're gonna get whatever the energy is of that anthology is going to impact how you feel and how you write. Um, what what I've loved about when I think about all the anthologies that I've been in some where I write my chapter because they all have a basic idea. It's like here's the focus, write your chapter, here's the word count. Some have only been 1,500 words, others have been 3,000, others are anywheres in between. When writing that chapter, I know I get a bit of an energy. I'm not going to say boost. I'm going to get a type of energy based on how everything is done, what the energy of the leadership and everybody else is. And there's also going to be that piece of answering that question, how much am I willing to say? How vulnerable am I willing to be when I write in a chapter? And so I'm just going to focus on the chapters that I've done this year, what we've done, and with the authors, working with the authors, because this is the beauty of it is I know my writing and I know my editor, and working with our authors in each of these, what I really love is how it's important to me for them to write whatever they want and feel safe to write what they want, and then to help guide them from that initial draft where sometimes they go farther than we're going to publish, yet I know how important that is for them to get it on paper. Because writing some of these anthologies, when we're answering what the question, when we're being vulnerable, we're also in many ways healing ourselves on what we write. And then guiding them, it's like, okay, this this may be a bit too much. Can we and then we give ideas, we give guidance. And it's not just those, it's everything. We give guidance, ideas, and the what is so exciting about these last 2 books is seeing the first draft and what happened in the second draft and how that second draft was so often planetary distances apart from each other. It's like, it's just so awesome for what they wrote. And when we put it into the book, it makes the book even better. So that's being able to work with everybody and comfort level. That's really it. Because so many people go into these anthologies, they're either closed, they don't know what they want to say, and they're going to keep it very simple because they're just trying to be safe, or they're going to make an impact. And that's what we've had in every book so far, is seeing how much each author has grown, impacted, and let's face it, look how many more people keep coming with us to the next one and the next one and the next one.
Yeah. And that's one thing too, is that I think our Zoom sessions makes a huge difference.
Yeah.
Um, I think honestly, guys, the some people wait like last minute to join in. Beyond boundaries, we started with only 13 people, and I ended up with 27. It's like I want in, I want in, I want in. Don't wait last minute, because here's the thing: if this was your only story about yourself and the only legacy that you actually are going to leave, let's be honest, some of you might get a free chapter, some of you will pay, and it doesn't matter if it's free or pay. We have the same effort to your submission and chapters. We don't say, "Oh my god, this is free. We're not gonna help her." That's not how we roll. Susanna and I are very fair, because it's not just about you, it's about the project. We understand that even though we lead these works of art through your words, it's not about us, it's the community. We understand it's a community. So you need to be proud of your own writing, because at the end of the day, you have to approve this writing. We're not going to change anything unless you said so, right? The only thing we ask is that your anthology chapters, because we work so hard in editing it and publishing it, that you cannot add these work of art through your words, copyright laws and infringement, to another anthology. You can't recycle your thoughts to another anthology. You can, however, okay, let's say that you have 3 anthologies with us or 4 anthologies with us. You can synthesize all of your work together and put it in your own book. You can do that. That is your right. We don't own your words, we don't own your work, but we do put it in our contract that you cannot republish it with other anthologies or with other works. It's just you, your solo project, you can do that. And when you do that, part of APA 7th is that you don't want to self plagiarize. So always mention where all of these chapters or thoughts or summarize where it came from, meaning where is it published? Which book did it published in? And that's it, right? And Angelica, I just put it on the comment section on where to register for July 23rd. It is at 9 a.m. It is a Tuesday. It is at 9 a.m. I have about 14 or 15 women on here already, and I'm super happy because we're going to keep growing this community of podcasters, because we need each other, guys. We need each other. Let's be honest, right? And there is no money in it for us other than really helping each other. In the future, we might monetize as a group. I don't know where it goes. Just, I don't know. With me, it's like, what do I feel today, sister? And Susanna don't question it anymore. She's like, okay, whatever. Just go with it. Right? So please go ahead and register. It's down below. Yes, sister. Right? Dr. Nu's been with us forever in these things. So yes, I love you guys. Praying and sending healing. Yes, please. Like, I feel like crap every day when I wake up. I'm like, I feel like I don't even smoke. I don't drink alcohol. I don't do anything. And I'm like, oh, that's something else. Thank you, Rashida. I hope you are feeling better. I hate migraines. I suffer from them the other day, and mine's hormonal, and I think food triggers. When I can handle pain up to 7 or 8, but once it hit about 8.5, 9, I feel like, okay, if it doesn't go down, I have to go to the emergency room because I get shots. Because then I started bleeding in my eyes. Like, you could see the pressure in my head. It's just too much. And I don't ever want to be in that place last time where I bled in my ears because the pressure was just too much. Yeah, my brain's like not happy with me. So I was like, okay, I gotta just stop. Okay. So here's the registration link, guys. It is in Zoom, it is private. It's only gonna be us, and we're gonna have fun. And I have a proposal for you guys. Okay. So right there, just click on that link and it should get there, or copy the link. If you can't click it, copy it and paste it and register today. Um,
I'm gonna actually jump down to Jess's comment towards the bottom of the list, because she talked about the themes, and
mhm,
that's one thing that we really, it's been important to us in terms of looking at the theme of these anthologies.
mhm.
But what we've kind of found out, I know you'll just sit back and go, yeah, you planned it this way, but between the three books now, for Beyond Boundaries, Thriving in Life's Gray Zone, then moving beyond boxes was almost like the prequel. It's the same focus, just a different point of the timeline. And now Rebel with a Cause, that's like the next one after Beyond Boundaries, because you're already thriving, and now your rebel is there and off you go. The way that we've got these tied together, there's such a flow to them, and such a focus. And to me, I just see it all as beyond boxes. So
Yeah, for me, it's beyond boundaries and thriving, not surviving. So it's always going to be like that. Rebel with a cause is very specific. So think about like all of these things that you have, and then you basically just hone into one specific time of your life. Why are you doing? It's really important you keep digging the why, guys. Really important. What makes you happy? If your happiness is external, that's not true. You're lying to yourself. What truly makes you happy? Right? And most of the time, the easiest way for me is like my kids. That makes me happy. And that truly is true. But if you're going to be, it's not selfish, okay? Just look at yourself like what truly makes me happy. There's a lot of things that makes me happy. I have the superficial that makes me happy. The impulse buying, the TikTok shopping, it's uncontrollable right now. Yeah, that makes me happy for a moment. Then my super ego, like moral and beliefs and ethics, and that makes me happy of helping other people. But my ego, which is should be your neutral, by the way, what truly makes me happy is having a smile on my sister's face because I made a difference in her life. That to me, my action that actually affects other people's smiling moment and short happiness truly makes me happy. That is the truth, right? So that makes me happy. It's not external, it's more of an internal, like it makes me happy to help others. But my true happiness is my family and me being happy and contented on alignment. And I think that's what the word for us, sister, with our books and anthologies is alignment. We align everything in a different theme and a different aspect. Because let's be honest, can you really finish a book about your life in one setting? No. Is your life 3,000 words? No. So why do you think you have these anthologies that have different themes? Hello? Because we're trying to extrapolate certain portions of your life where you can literally have a memoir after 10 books with us. I'm sure of it.
oh yeah.
Right? And Jess, I'm glad you said this. Your themes of anthologies you publish are so inspiring and relatable that they're always so tempting to join. Jess is actually in Beyond Boundaries. Here's the thing that we also give ways to our co authors. If you become in our book club, that means author's page, you're going to be listed in here. So this is Beyond Boundaries. Oh, geez. And I create the meme for you. So once you're here, once your name appears on here, and oh, sister, I'm so like if you click on here, it goes through Amazon now. So I updated that. Once I create your memes here and you become our author, if any point that we have an anthology, you're no longer at the 500 level, you're at the 400 level because we appreciate you trusting us and trusting us. By the way, YouTube, thank you. We hit 1,300 here, sister, on YouTube live watching us. Thank you guys. Right now, we're almost at 1,200 people watching us live on our YouTube channel. This is what I can offer you for marketing right here at Level Up, right? When I say network, this is why. This is how we get millions of impressions in YouTube because people show up and people like you. So thank you so much, Brother Ollie, Dr. New, Rashida, Lewis. Thank you so much for coming in here. Noni, I saw Noni in here. We had Michelle Ramos. Lay, you are actually, I think, might be new to us here at Level Up. So thank you for being here, Angelica. Right, we appreciate you. But again, if you become our author in our authors club automatically, you the next anthology, you don't pay the full price. You pay $400. Well, plus the credit card fees. It's like $10 usually. But that's how we do it, right?
Another
Yeah.
way to get in too.
Mm-hmm. CJ, oh, brother Ollie, love you, bro. So and then if you have 4 friends that wants to join you, you can get in for free. If you have 4 paying friends, you can get in for free,
There's
right?
another way.
Mm-hmm. And then Sunday, Susanna and I usually have a lecture day. Susanna and I will always be talking about our book club that's starting. It's $50 a month, starting already this month.
And that's the
You'll get
way.
a class. You get a class. And then in 10 months, you can get a free anthology entrance. Another thing is we on Sunday at towards the end, we give a free anthology for everybody as well to come in. I know, right? I am thriving with cough. Come on. We could do this. Nothing is going to, I'm telling you, nothing is going to stop me from stopping my show and showing up because that is what we do always. A book of 4,038 pages, right? Seriously, it's going to be a memoir every time. We are celebrating the whole month for your birthday. Yes, yes, we are going to do a birthday rebirthday and please take care. Yeah, I am. I'm taking so much vitamins. It's not funny anymore. Happy birthday. Thank you, sister. Tomorrow's my birthday. I'm 21. No, close to 50. I don't even want to end this conversation right now because this is a wonderful conversation. Sister, in terms of anthology, right? I want to also go back and forth between etiquette. So my Wednesday show is free.
Right.
Thursday and Sunday show is not free. I belong to a TV network of over 120 content creators. Okay. Each of us will pay literally like you would have to come into my show, you would have to pay $150. And I think my authors take advantage of that. And because they don't pay, they don't think that it's important to show up when you are set up for a Thursday show, right? Maybe you're not thinking that, but maybe you are. You're literally eating up $150 from me, but it's not just that. There is a team that I have. Okay. I have 2 teams of marketing. Why do you think there's people here over 1,000 people and show up? I have a marketing team for TV show. They work so hard on the back end, creating your meme. On top of me creating your meme, there's also the people who are creating your meme on the TV show. It's a different team. Then they have to put it on all their social media. Then I have to put it on all of my social media. Right? And then I have to write up about you and your bio to the team, and you don't show up. Usually, you pay $150 to me for all of these things that we do in the background that you don't see because you're not a content creator in this swing. So I want you guys to understand that if you are canceling a TV show, you're eating up $150 plus all of these people that are doing something behind you. So if you are on vacation, if you are going to be having an appointment, whatever it is, and you know, hey, I will ask you, hey, are you going to be on the show on Thursday? I usually ask it on Monday. And people are like, why don't you just do it ahead? You can't do it ahead more than a week, guys, because it's too much noise on LinkedIn. Okay. So I want to make sure that my team gets you because my job is to amplify your message. So the least you could do is be considerate of my time and my money and my resources, right? to say, CJ, I'm sorry, but I can't do it this way. I'm not going to get offended. I don't get easily offended. I actually get offended when you commit and you don't show up. Unless it's super emergency, I am not very forgiving because you're eating up my money. That's what I'm going to tell you that right now. And my time that I can't even get back. So, of course, I will get upset. Okay. It is natural because what you do for your live show is different than what I do for my live show. Way different. Right. It's not better or anything. Oh, maybe it's a little bit better. But literally, I put you on Roku. I put you on Apple. I put you on the web. I put you on LG. I put you on Samsung. Right. And all of these cost a lot of money, but I do it for the love of my community. The least you can do is give me respect of my time. The least you could do. And so when I get upset when you cancel, it's not because I'm upset that you cancel. It's I'm upset that you didn't have the audacity to cancel ahead of time so I can cancel all of the back activities for my marketing team. That's all. So that's what I'm going to give you. So if you're in my authors club, you get a free TV show. But don't think that that didn't cost anything. It doesn't cost to you because I'm giving it to you out of the kindness of my heart. The least you can do is respect my time, right? What say you, sister?
Exactly. It There's not much else to say beyond that. It's the time, it's there's so much prep, and I think that's a lot of people don't understand how much prep there is. And when you know that there's a cost to it, that should actually put more emphasis on making sure that you show up for that event. I mean, it's like you need to show up for every event, but at the same time, when there's financial involved, it's not free. I mean, doing this show is fairly free. We've put everything together, and it's our time.
Mm-hmm.
And time isn't free, but it's still the love of being able to sit here and share. But on that TV show, there's so much more to it, and
Mm-hmm.
to just not show up.
Like, can you go imagine? I know I'm not Oprah or anything, but can you go imagine like you cancel Oprah or Ellen, whether you like them or not? They have people, right? It
Yeah,
doesn't only look bad on you, but your reputation is that you're not a credible person to invite. I will not invite you again if you have two, because my TV network literally will tell me, CJ, they're gonna that guest that you have cannot be in our TV network for the next 5 months. Do you want to be banned to amplify your message? Heck no. Don't do that to yourself. Not only you're not respecting my time, but now you got banned on the network. And you're probably thinking, what do you mean? So do me a favor. If you have Apple TV, go download the app E360. Okay? And once you download the app, you will find I have two TV shows, guys, and you will find all my guests in there. That's why we try to get our makeup straight because, 1080p, the big TV, you're like, oh my God, that wrinkle, right? But it's highlighted. I know it's just for fun. But seriously, just because you're doing it and I'm giving it to you for free doesn't mean it's not valuable. It's $150 every single Thursday and Sunday show. Okay? Just saying. And so that is the reason why I'm like, you need to respect the time and the resources that you have, right? Especially, I know that you guys won't be able to afford $150 every single time. So, and I'm not a rich person, but I'm able to afford it. So that's why I'm giving it to you. But when I get upset, is not only my reputation got tarnished because now my guest is like not showing up and the network's like, who are you guesting, CJ? Who are these people? I'm like, oh, and the CEO is the one who talks to me like, what's happening here? And I'm like, oh. And I'm also part investor on the network because I invest my money, not just paying, but I literally invested on their network when they had a funder. So I'm part owner of the network. So I want to make sure that we represent the highest professional quality that we can provide for everybody. Just be professional, be respectful, follow the platform guideline. Don't cut off people and said, "Oh, I understand you have a lot to say, right? But right time, right moment. Stop cutting people off in the middle of their conversation. When you go into the audio room, another thing that I do not like is we're talking about a specific theme. Please have the audacity to read what the theme is about, because we'll be talking about apples and you come up and you talk about oranges and we're like, huh? What happened? Right? So just be mindful on what the conversation is about. We love hearing from you. Make sure you respect people's privacy also. Don't be asking people's emails. I do because I got to send you stuff. Stay focused, maintain professionalism, be graceful, guys. We don't know what other people are doing in their life or what's happening in their life. They could be in truly bad shape and they need someone to support their community. So please be graceful, right? Don't be so abrupt. Don't be so responsive. If they are mean to you that first time, the first thing that we want to do is be mean back. Try not to be mean. Okay. Also, be punctual. 10 minutes early, please, when you're invited. Test your equipment, prepare in advance. Make sure your lighting is in front of you, not next to you, not behind you, in front of you, so you could see your beautiful and handsome faces. Okay. Any last minute thing you would like to tell, sister?
I feel like we've hit everything, and you've got the etiquette for the shows, because we've all got shows going on, and
Mm-hmm.
you want people to keep coming back and seeing somebody. If you're allowing people to just keep stepping over others, people aren't likely to come back if it doesn't give them that good feeling. And then with the anthologies, there's so much that can be done with anthologies, and that's a topic we could
Forever.
just keep talking on, because anthology in a box, the book club, the main thing is it doesn't have to be scary.
No.
And I think that's really the bottom line when it comes to us and working with us on anthology, is we do everything we can to make it as much of a fun experience as possible.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And what I love about anthologies is that you're not alone. We're not alone. We're a community literally on that authors. And it's so fun to make an impact. And right now you're like, it's not a big deal. Imagine 100 years from now and your great, 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 great grandchildren, you're like, wow, these are the books that my great grandparents did. That is so amazing. I wish my great grandparents, well, okay, some of my great grandparents do have a book, but I'm just saying, like, imagine like a history about their life and their amazing things that they're doing. You learn from our kids learn at school, right? From reading our presidents and all the people that did Martin Luther King, right? Rosa Parks, all of these things are passed down. Storytelling is so powerful, right? So powerful. But imagine if someone did care about your life. Guess what? No one else does if you don't. So start caring about your life now. And what are some of the lessons learned that you wish your great grandparents told you? Right? It's like I feel like our life is like has a mind. Like you step on there, you blow up, and you step in here, you get your cut off. You get, I feel like life is like that. It's like, oh, should I go this right side? I don't know. Okay, sister, I'll hold your hand and then I will pull you if you get time to blow up. Right? That's literally what we're trying to do with our anthology is to make sure that you guys are doing amazing things and support you fully. Doesn't seem to be working. Oh, Angelica, I'm gonna have to look at that because my Zoom room, the meeting is already here. I wonder if I already closed it. That's another thing that I probably will do. But hold on. Um, do me a favor. I'm gonna put it on the comment section. It should be working. Well, you have to copy it. You can't just click on the link because it's YouTube comments. So just copy the link and put it in. That should work. It works in my side. Thank you, Ollie. Yeah. So just copy it. You can't click on the link because it's a message. We love you guys so much. Appreciate you. Angelica, I will DM you directly for the registration on the podcast circuit for July 23rd. I love you guys. Susanna and I love you. Bye, everybody. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.